Hello, it's me, ya boy. Is this thing on? No, it is on now. All right, let me quickly share. One sec, guys. One sec. Okay. Boom. It's live. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Everything good? We good? Ballin'? Everyone good with it? And then I'll go ahead and start analyzing. Just let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. I know I'm 3 minutes late. That's on me. I had a situation in the parking garage. Some chick keeps taking my spot. It's pissing me off. And I keep telling her, like, yo, move your car. She keeps taking the spot. It's just, yeah. That's why I was, like, dealing with that. Anyways, okay, so, yeah. What a crazy past 2 weeks for us in general. I mean, even in terms of leverage and spot positions, both Pingu, Solana, Doge, everything rallying absolutely crazy. But the point of today's live stream is pretty much psychological as well as my spot picks personally, because I'm noticing a lot of people FOMO. I'm noticing a lot of people panicking. Oh my God, Pingu, what's next? And that's where, you know, the situations arise where you can end up losing your whole account or, of course, you know, making poor decisions. So I just want to make sure everyone is on the same page. Now, given the fact that the title says altcoin stream, I'm not going to talk too much about Bitcoin. You guys already know my Bitcoin play is only at 123.8. A break of that, cool, we long. Otherwise, I'm not looking for anything, right? I'm really not looking for a trade setup. If you really want to be aggressive, there is a V-shaped formation trade here at 120, but personally, I prefer the wick breaks. I don't like trading the chop, so I'm just not going to do that or talk about Bitcoin in general today. Let's talk about altcoins. Wow, right? Here, let me make it so it's not eye-straining for everyone. There you go. Okay, wow. Seriously, what a massive trade for Ethereum. And I talked about this in the stream so many damn times weeks ago, and I said, look, guys, Ethereum has a major resistance here at 2854. If that level structure ends up breaking, there's no resistance. The same way Ethereum came down, the same way Ethereum goes up. And you can see all the way up into 3400 as of right now, which, surprise, surprise, is the wick at the exact same level. Would I be entering long positions here on Ethereum? No, I would be very cautious now because, again, we have to understand that Ethereum has had a massive rally from 2,500 all the way to 3,400. There's going to be a pullback. And again, that's the point of the conversation here, is you want to be very careful, mostly with the current altcoin setup, because I understand that right now things look crazy, right? Everyone's looking for those long positions and the continuation trades, but this is where mistakes happen. At 3,300, did I expect 3,300 to be broken? In the same candle, no, right? And look, it broke, congrats, awesome, and it continued pushing further. But for us right now, all we're really doing is just looking for pullback opportunities. Again, that does not mean you are shorting. It simply means you're waiting for the exponential moving averages to be tested, looking for long positions on the wick break. So what does that mean? Well, simply put, every time the market ends up seeing a wick break, you enter a long position. So now in this sort of situation on Ethereum, we're going to wait for the candle close. So 3 hours from now, we're going to see where Ethereum trades. If, of course, Ethereum ends up pushing back down and then breaking wick high like it did yesterday, that is your long confirmation. Now, speaking about yesterday, you can see that Ethereum was trading around the 3,118. This is a perfect and prime example of why I teach you guys to pay attention to previous resistance turning into new support. Do you see 3,118, how it was a major resistance level? And then look what happened to Ethereum. We broke above, retested it as support, got the confirmation, and then look, right? Everyone pay attention here. Do you see this magical line here? Do you see this magical wick break, right? So here, I'll make it a different color for those of you that are colorblind. Let me go with pink. So look at the pink line. Everyone, for educational purposes, just real quick. We retested 3,118. We broke, retested as support. Then 3,172 was the wick high. Second candle. Third candle, bullish engulfing, break above that structure to 3217. I talked about 3217 for a very long time yesterday, and I kept saying, guys, the reason why there's this massive gap on Ethereum is because there's no resistance here. A lot of people all of a sudden are saying, oh my God, bull run Ethereum to the moon. Yeah, okay, seriously. At the end of the day, we knew the fact that this was going to squeeze because there was no resistance at this zone. So now what we're looking for is a pullback. I'm expecting Ethereum to see some sort of pullback opportunity if of course we want to keep in the healthy spot we're currently at. What I mean by that is there has to be some sort of pullback to the EMAs and then a strong confirmation once again. So the next question on everyone's mind, where exactly is Ethereum going? So now let's just sit back and zoom out for a second and understand a few things. Number one, Ethereum is in a spot, and I apologize for all the drawings up there, but let me explain. Ethereum is in a spot where it still has to play catch up. And what that means is Bitcoin's trading at 120,000. Ethereum has not broken its all-time high for a very long time. Now, everybody knows the magical white line at 40.28. You can notice the first test here in this current bull run, second test here, third test here. There's multiple retest opportunities at 40.28. Now, if we get momentum, and even if we look from the 2021 run up, you can see there was quite a bit of resistance at this zone. If Ethereum does end up breaking above 40.28, this is where things go parabolic for us. This is where altcoin season, everything goes absolutely crazy. And this is where the momentum trade is. Now, 40.28 is the level to keep in mind. But when you're trading with momentum, you pretty much want to be looking for long opportunities until that level is tested. Best case scenario for you, Ethereum breaks above 40.28 and we continue squeezing above. That's where you want to be positioned in the trade. You pretty much want to be in the trade down here or down here before 40.28 breaks. And again, worst case scenario, maybe you're busy or maybe you got stopped out in profit, you still have another trade opportunity at 40.28. But if Ethereum can somehow break 40.28, ladies and gentlemen, I do think we're going to see a massive squeeze into the 5K region for Ethereum. So now just looking at it from a 4-hour perspective, all we're really going to do is just simply trade the wick. So here, if I were to zoom out of the chart, you will notice Ethereum has quite a few wicks around the 40.35 zone. So that would be my next daily confirmation zone. Break above, and again, I will upload this all in Telegram, but 40.35 is going to be the next level, or 30.45. 34.45. I'm having a stroke. That is going to be the next level for me to look for a long. After that, I can look at where did the candle next test. So next candle was around 34.79. Break above that was 35.23. And personally, I don't see Ethereum slowing down now if, of course, we break above the 34.64 to around the 36.56 to 36.83. In the short term, that's the target to pay attention to. Because again, right now, look at this zone. Everyone pay attention. Look at all these little lines here, all the resistance here, and look at the current level we're at. You can see that we just tested resistance, right? Break above this zone, there's not going to be resistance until the top of the move set, which is 2,700. But now let's go back one more time. If 3,700 is broken, do you see where I'm going with this? The momentum trade leads back into 40.28. So again, there's no reason to be shorting right now. Can things go higher? Yes, they can. Do not be that person that's trying to catch the top formation and being like, I'm the best trader in the world, I'm going to short this. No, do not be that person. You will get liquidated because guess what? The same people here thought they were gurus and started entering the shorts, got liquidated. The same people here that entered the shorts got liquidated. And once again, we are seeing a pullback right now, but guess what? It's 3 hours until the candle closes. The break above that and things get interesting. Now, let's talk about other coins. So other than Ethereum, let's talk about Doge. Doge is in a massive trade opportunity as of right now. For those of you that know, we're looking for a wick break to around 21381. A wick break above this because of the fact that you can see this is now the third test opportunity. On third test, we tend to see a massive breakout formation. And again, look at where the line is for Doge. To 0.218 is a major support. Just backtracking here again, major support should be major resistance, but it's going to act as a magnet. And that's why I'm telling you guys to pay attention to that wick break. We entered the wick break, we entered the long. Best case scenario for us, we see a squeeze opportunity. Now, this is where things get very interesting for Doge. Look at Doge on the 4-hour interval. 1 test, 2 tests. Now, third test on a larger time frame equals larger squeeze opportunity. Like you are seeing on Ethereum right now, Doge is in the same sort of play. Wait, it gets better. If I were to zoom out of the chart now and go on the daily time frame, everyone paying attention, what do you guys see? What do you see on the daily chart for Doge as of right now if we were to break above 23 cents? It is a W formation. And what happens on the W formation on a larger time frame? Doge ends up seeing the squeeze to where the top of the move set was, 34 cents. There are going to be opportunities that are going to be coming up, guys. In the next few days, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for altcoins coming up. And I promise you, I am on top of the charts and watching very closely. There's no reason for you guys to be FOMO or panicking when I'm sitting there looking at the charts for you. Again, do not be that person that enters a trade near the peak just to enter a trade. Wait for the proper confirmations, like Solana today. Okay, let's just quickly backtrack here. Wow, it's still going. Kind of crazy. Okay, so I want to quickly talk about Sol here, and we'll go back to Doge in a second. Does everyone following so far? Look at this. What did we see on Solana for the past 2 weeks? What did I kept saying, guys? Sol. Okay. I said that Solana is looking for a third test breakout. Same way like Doge. 168.50 is the trade opportunity. 168.50 broke. I'm just going to draw a magical line here. On the third test, with the momentum, you can see we broke 171, now heading into 174. And guess what? Most likely we continue squeezing into 179 because that's where the next few levels are. That's where the next levels that I'm paying attention to. Would I be looking for a continuation long here? No, my trade would have been here. Or again, it would wait for the pullback to 171 and then enter another long position. That's pretty much how you can stop yourself from FOMOing. Cool. If the trade continues to rip, let's say Solana continues to rip to 179, does it matter? No, because there's other trade opportunities. For example, look at Doge. Everyone following now? Look at the trade setup on Doge. This is now the third test opportunity, just like Solana. I will show you guys the chart here. Look at this, right? So boom, 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 boom. Does that make sense? That's pretty much how most of these altcoin charts trade. They all trade together. So that's the level to pay attention to as of right now. So in terms of spot picks, there's a time and a place, guys, for meme coins. There's a time and a place for spot trades. And I've talked about this. I think right now where we are currently in the market is we're starting to see an actual alt season across the board. Not just for one or two coins. We're starting to see alts in general. Like you can see with all these tickers that I have here. And again, I don't even these are just things that I analyzed over the few years. But everything is in the green as of right now. That's when you can tell, things are starting to pick up across the board. I should start looking into spot plays. And I've talked about my spot plays for a very long time. But the question becomes is, when do I know when to take profits? When do I know when to close my spot positions? And that's where things get interesting. For you guys to understand this, you really need to start practicing discipline. And what I mean by this is at the point where you guys are at in terms of your portfolios or your leverage trades or whatever, you really want to start cashing money out for real life stuff, like actually pulling it out. Not I tethered it, I'm stable coin. No, you actually have to pull that money out. And I recommend you guys doing that this whole run up opportunity, because again, right now, I think where we are at, we are just starting altcoin season, but there's going to be massive parabolic rallies. And a lot of these coins were pretty much sideways for a very long time. And again, every day you wake up, it might be a 10, 20, 30% gain. For example, look at Bonk, right? We had this trade set up in Telegram. I mentioned to look at this W formation. It was a massive trade. And again, right now, every single day you wake up, Bonk is printing and printing and printing, right? But this is where euphoria, this is where my bags are going to $1 million, and that logic comes in. You have to be very careful. Always have an exit plan. And right now, if you look at Bonk, I do think Bonk is ready for a new all-time high, but that's the point. Is as things rally, you want to slowly start exiting your positions, because you will never time the top. Nobody here will ever time the top. Even me, I may not time the top. I might be like 140 or 120 or 125 is a peak, and it might go to 160, or it might even just drop at 125, right? Nobody knows. But the point is, on the way towards the upside, if you practice this rule set for spot trading, you are going to end up happier. And in terms of profit and losses, you will be more profits than you are going to be losses. Now, in terms of meme coins, I know a lot of people were asking about meme coins. I don't think the market structure is ready just for memes just yet. I think right now altcoins, for example, XRP, Cardano, Doge, Ethereum, I think they're finally starting to see massive breakout opportunities. And guess what? Once altcoin season slows down, or all these alts start slowing down, that's when we're going to see meme coins go absolutely parabolic. Dog with hat, Popcat, whatever. Everything that I've talked about, all of these coins right now are just sideways. They're seeing some sort of gains, but nothing crazy, right? Like you see WIF is up 3% compared to Ethereum, it's not much. But the point is, there's going to be a lot of opportunity in this market, okay? You are not missing anything. You're really not. You really need to understand the fact that just because you are not in a trade doesn't mean you have to force yourself a trade, okay? You're better off waiting for a proper setup. And the only trade I have right now, for a lot of you that are watching, literally the only trade is Doge, okay? And as we're talking, I'm just going to watch it, okay? Everyone just bear with me here. We're all going to watch this together because Doge is in a massive third test breakout. And I do feel that if Doge does break this level, then we are going to see a squeeze. Sorry, I'm going to keep talking, but I'm actually going to just keep an eye on Doge too here. 1 second. Sorry, guys. Yes, I can talk about MOG in a second. Give me 1 sec. Give me 1 second here, guys. Okay. 1 sec, everyone. Sorry. I actually want to talk about, okay, we're good. All right, so quickly. If Ethereum goes up, this is the logic, right? If Ethereum goes up, the whole Ethereum ecosystem goes up with it. NFTs. NFTs have gone up, right? We're seeing Pingu and Pudgy lead the way. Meme coins like MOG, you know, KEKC, and again, that doesn't mean go buy them. I'm just saying, like, in general, a lot of these coins go up with the ecosystem for Ethereum, and that's pretty much where opportunity is. If you spot Ethereum and you know that Ethereum is going to continue rallying, you can enter those positions for the meme coins like MOG and all of those coins, because again, a lot of these coins have consolidated for a very long time. So that's pretty much what I would be paying attention to as of right now. Ethereum starting to stabilize, go run off into the meme coin ecosystem for Ethereum. Again, I would only choose like ones that are on Binance listed that I know are legitimate, right? I'm not saying, okay, go trade the, you know, random Joe Schmo coins. No, that's not the point. The conversation is you want to be entering the ecosystem where basically things are running. For example, again, the same point, it's Bonk. Right now we're seeing Bonk go absolutely parabolic. Same thing. Bonk has meme coins as well. Just like Solana, same thing. Solana has meme coins as well. You are better off right now just looking for opportunities like that versus over trading in terms of leverage. And again, over trading is a big thing. We had Solana, we had Ethereum, and now we have Doge coming up. That's 3 trades in less than 24 hours. There's a time and a place for you guys to understand that this is enough for me. And that's why I keep telling you guys, I personally take a step back, even if I'm having a bad streak or a huge streak, because it's the same mentality. So last year, beginning of July was bullish, and then end of July, Joe was bearish until October before the run of history doesn't repeat. So, yeah, see, that's, to me, I mean, personally, like I said, I don't look at time frames like that. Like, people were like, oh, yeah, Bitcoin was down in March of 2019, and now it's March 2025. And like, to me, like, sure, you know, it works until it doesn't is the biggest point. And I know a lot of people have like algo trades and algo bots, and they're like, oh, well, Bitcoin's pointing a bearish signal here and Ethereum is pointing a bullish. Realistically, it doesn't mean shit. And I'm being on dead ass honest with you guys. When the market wants to squeeze, it will squeeze. And the perfect example of that is Ethereum. Everyone was bearish on Ethereum, and guess what? Ethereum within the past 2 days has performed such a massive rally where people don't even understand what's going on. And that's my point. It doesn't matter about the month. All you really need to pay attention to is where exactly the charts are telling you this is the confirmation. And right now, again, for Ethereum, the confirmation was 3,300. Why? It was the top of the move set. Now 3,400. Why? Okay, break of that. 3,500. Break of that. 3,700. Right? And that's what I'm saying is, like, realistically, this is the best thing for you is to analyze charts versus the noise. Oh, Pingu, the bill passed of Joe Schmo and the Fed is doing this and that. Yes, there's days where Fed stuff matters, but right now you can see that realistically it doesn't. The market's just going parabolic, and a lot of these altcoins were trading for a down period for a very long time. Guys, look at this. From even when I was in Dubai, like, we're talking like May till now of sideways action. And now we're seeing the breakout trade. So please do not short the breakouts. Please do not be that person that shorts just because you think it's not going to go higher. It is going to go higher. It is going to go to 4,000. It's going to break 4,000. It's probably going to go to 5,000. And that's my point, is just trade and analyze. When I say, hey guys, I'm expecting a pullback, that just simply means sit on your hands. It does not mean, okay, Pingu said pullback, I'm entering short. You are better off just waiting. And yes, I can talk about Pingu. So Pingu right now, again, for a lot of you guys, I said go long or trade Pingu at down here. This was my call right down here in Telegram. You can search it, just search up Pingu and you'll see it. Now, let's be realistic, okay? Pingu has completed the top of the move set. So I'm just going to draw a quick little resistance line here. So Pingu has completed this zone. Right now, we're seeing quite a bit of resistance, as well as the fact that we are still trading above the exponential moving averages. Now, to me personally, I don't analyze things like this only because it's too short of a chart, right? There's only 1 year, not even a year of information here. It's like 6 months of information. But if Pingu does end up breaking all-time high, this is where things get interesting. Pingu and Bitcoin are correlated, right? Obviously. But if Bitcoin continues to print new all-time highs, I don't see Pingu slowing down at all. Again, I'm not a market cap guy, like, okay, $12 billion market cap is a target. I'm not that person, but I do think that right now, Pingu is in euphoria, right? Obviously, it's up 300% in the past week, but what you want to pay attention to, and this is a major confirmation for a lot of you that are watching or leveraging Pingu, is this level right here, 0.0349. What you want to see is a break, retest, and consolidation. That's a confirmation that Pingu is ready to break all-time high. You don't want to see a fake out. What that means is you don't want to see something like this. Okay? That is dangerous. So, do I see that happening? Unless Bitcoin starts dropping, no. And that's my point, is keep an eye on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin's rallying, then Pingu is going to go parabolic too. And I do think long-term, Pudgies, I've talked about Pudgies for so long. And again, you guys know that I love Pudgies. It's such an easy bet because guess what? Pudgies go up, Ethereum goes up, you make money both ways, right? And that's why it's a hedge to Ethereum. Ethereum goes down, Pudgy goes down, doom and despair. But it's a safe bet, right? People hate NFTs, people hate me for saying it too, and they say, oh my God, he's talking about NFTs, what a loser, it's 2025. Yeah, guess what? We've called the bottom on how many NFTs and how much money have we made from the Pudgy ecosystem? A shit ton, right? And the reason why is because when I talk about Pudgies, it's usually the bottom of Ethereum too. It's usually a buy position on both ends, and that's why. XRP, sure, I will cover XRP. I hate this coin, but I will cover it for you because, you know, I know a lot of people want me to talk about XRP. So let's just do a quick little class on XRP. Okay, so XRP, I think, is extremely bullish as of right now. I haven't talked about this. I haven't even talked about this in Telegram. And the reason why is because XRP is one of those coins that, to me, is extremely manipulated. But when a fake out happens on XRP, it sucks. And what I mean by that is a situation like this. You can see breakout, nuke. Situation like this. It had a parabolic rally, one candlestick, nukes down 50 cents. Like, to me, that's why I don't like trading XRP, but there is opportunity to be made regardless. So what I'm looking for if I'm trading on XRP's chart right now is simply looking for an area of take profit around there. 320 should most likely be hit within the next few days. Best case scenario for XRP bulls is a squeeze above 320, and now you're looking at 336, break above that all-time high. If I'm looking at it from a conservative standpoint, I would look for long positions near all-time high because that's the logic, right? A lot of people are going to be like, XRP is going to all-time highs. You're sadder on the sidelines. And those are the kind of people that we want to put that pressure on the resistance, right? Those are the kind of folks that when you see those YouTube videos or those articles of XRP to $500 coming soon, and those are the kind of people we want because those kind of FOMO creates an opportunity for a new all-time high. And XRP has done that many times. You can see from even the previous runs, every time we broke all-time high, it saw a massive squeeze, right? And that's why I'm telling you guys, there is opportunity here, regardless of how I feel about this coin. I'm not going to say there's no opportunity because, again, we're here to make money. We don't care about Joe Schmo's coin and who's doing what and who's doing this. All we care about is how much money can we make. And right now, if I'm looking at XRP, all I would do simply is trade the wick breaks. Boom. Wick break, you long. Boom, wick break, you long. First target, 319. Second target, 336. Third target, I ain't gonna say it, but you know, we'll figure it out when it gets there. Does that make sense, everyone? Everyone on the same page? I gotta stand up because my back's hurting. I'm getting old, man. I'm telling you guys, it's killing me right now. See here. Oh my God, there's so many analysis questions. Okay, I already talked about Mog. Bonk making, yes, and yeah, Bonk was such a legendary trade, guys. Remember our Shiba trade? It was one of the best trades in this channel. Bonk is the same way, and because Bonk is rallying, I know Doge is gonna rally, and I know Shiba's gonna rally. They all rally together, right? It's not rocket science. Speaking about Shiba, I actually haven't analyzed this in a while. Okay, so Shiba actually might be an opportunity here, folks. Like, serious opportunity here. And not now. I will just quickly talk about it in the chart. That's the level. Okay, if Shiba breaks 0.1735, you enter a long to 283. Just like Bonk, we're going to say the same trade. I'll send it in the chat as well. I'll keep an eye on it. This is the level to play. Third test breakout for Shiba. It's going to be a Bonk-like squeeze to around 2383. Okay, cool. Everyone good? Yeah, no, I talked about Mog already. I was just explaining the ecosystem. I'm not going to sit here and analyze Mog because, again, it's still a meme coin. I don't really analyze meme coins too much, but I was saying as long as Ethereum goes up, I think Mog is going to squeeze apps like crazy. And you know what's crazy is I never told anyone this, but I actually... it's kind of crazy. I was told about Mog at 500K market cap. To put it in perspective, it's an absurdly amount of money that I missed on. And it's so funny because it was one of my closest friends that was on it. And he's like, hey, I think this is cool. Obviously made the coin or team, or he was on the team, whatever. But he's like, hey, check out this coin. And it was just so funny because we were all just talking shit about it. We're like, oh, stupid coin. It's just dead. It's not doing anything. And then it went sideways for so long. And I totally forgot about it. And that was when the ETH first broke out. When Ethereum first broke out, that's when you saw the mega candle on Mog, right? And that's why. That's why I'm telling people, like, look, if Ethereum goes up, everything is going to go up with it. It's not just your project or anything. And honestly, if your project doesn't go up with Ethereum, you're in the wrong project. Seriously. Like if meme coin, and again, I'm not talking about like dog shit coins, but I'm talking about like actual like larger cap or utility plays or anything like that. Everything right now should be moving with Ethereum. Yes, Solana as well. I think in general, the market is just pushing higher. So that's pretty much what you want to be paying attention to. Does that make sense? All right. Yeah. Okay. So last thing. Just 27 minutes. Last question I'm going to answer. Then I'll be in Telegram. Again, Telegram is absolutely free for those of you that are joining in right now. I'll quickly link it in the chat too. Everything's free in this channel. So there's Telegram if you guys want to join it. Cool. I'll analyze Doge tonight, a proper video, but just a quick little Doge update. Okay. Right now, we are looking for a long on Doge. We're bullish on Doge. We know it's going to squeeze. We know 0.218 is the level to pay attention to. Okay? Everyone on the same page right there? Cool. So this is the level right here, 021368. Now, do I think Doge is going to hit $1? Am I going to be that person? Yes, I am. I do think that Doge can hit $1. And the reason why is, before you guys jump out and be like, oh my God, here we go. Hear me out. I was the person 4 years ago that said Doge will never hit 1 cent, right? I was wrong. I'm not even gonna lie. I was wrong. But during SNL, for those of you who remember, Doge hit 74 cents. Now bear with me. When Doge hit 74 cents, Bitcoin was trading at 66,000. It was near the peak of Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin's trading at 120,000. Right? Realistically, the crypto market cap in general has gone up absolutely crazy. That money is going to flow back into these coins sooner or later. I'm not talking about Joe Schmo's coins down at 300 market cap, right? I'm talking about the large 20, the large 25, even the large 10 for Doge. Doge will have its time again, and I do think Doge will hit $1 this cycle. I genuinely do think so. And again, that's just my opinion. But I do think that if we can end up, and again, this is what I mean by FOMO, is look at the chart right now, right? There's nothing to FOMO. There's realistically nothing to FOMO. There will be a time when swing positions and money to be made. There will be a time. But right now, it ain't it. It realistically ain't it. All we're doing is just scalping these positions. And as it runs, that's when things get interesting. But for now, like I said, we enter on these wick breaks, we long. I don't want to hear any excuses of, you know, the fees and this and that. Guys, I've talked about this so many damn times before too. Like, look, the reason why we're the blowfin is because of the fees and the USDT cashback. Like, they give us like 20, like some of these guys are getting, some of the guys in whale chat get like $5,000 a month back just for trading on the platform. So again, it's not, oh, the profits are so small and no. That's the point, is you realistically just want to scalp these positions. There will be a time to swing, I promise you. And right now we're seeing it on Ethereum, but guess what? That money is going to flow to coins like Doge, Shiba, Bonk, everything. The whole market goes up together. And that's my point, is looking at this chart right now, there's no such thing as FOMO. There's still a long way to go. Things get interesting at 43 cents. That's when things get absolutely parabolic for Doge. Until then, we're just going to enter and trade these little zones. But anyways, okay. Enough talking. I can barely talk. My voice like going. Yeah, anyway, so Doge is getting really close to the break here. So again, just keep an eye on that. Okay, everyone? Sounds good. I will upload a Doge video later tonight. Best case scenario plays out 0.218. Then I can start the video like, haha. But worst case, you know, we'll talk about it after. But yeah, I hope that makes sense for everyone. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, again, like I said, that's pretty much all I got. So I hope you guys have a good day. That's it. Peace out. Yeah, 30 minutes. All I got. Peace out.